Today, we're going to test this new camera neutral density filter system, and we will take some daytime long exposure photography. Welcome to my channel. Here we talk about photography and I make videos just like this one where I review some products for long exposure photography. So if you love photography like me, it might be a good idea to subscribe. If you have been following my channel for a while, you will know that when I wear my slow your shutter speed photo tee, I'm going to talk about long exposure photography. Links everywhere. And as a matter of fact, today I have a new ND filter system to test and review. Let's dive into it. I'm always interested in testing new products, and this is the Bway Magnetic Landscape Filter Professional Kit. Let's see what is in the box. First of all, everything comes in a very, very small case. Consider the dimension of my Nikon D810. This is the size of the entire kit. It's quite handy to have a little carabiner in the back, so you can attach this to your bag or the tripod, wherever. But before opening this case and check what is inside, I need a very important part of the kit, which is right here. These are magnetic adapter rings. And I have a 72 to 82, a 77 to 82, and an 82 to 82. As you can understand, the system works with an 82 filter thread. My loyal 20mm lens has a filter thread of 77, so I will use the 77 to 82, which is this one. Let's put it on. The good thing about this step-up ring is that I can still use my lens cap. And now we can actually check out what is inside this case and how this filter system works. First of all, we have the filter holder. This filter holder has two little red tabs. If you push in the two red tabs, you can easily attach the filter holder to the step-up ring. You release the tabs and you are set. Very strong. And now let's see what else we have inside. We have a magnetic 10 stops ND, super dark, a magnetic 6 stops ND, a little less dark, a circular polarizer, and a 3 stops gradient ND filter. Let's see how to mount these filters on the holder. Let's take the circular polarizer. And done. And now if I click on the red tabs, I can rotate my polarizer filter. The filters are stackable, so I can easily use the polarizer, for instance, together with my 6 stops. And as you can see, the diameter of this system is huge compared to my 77 filter thread. So these should prevent any possible vignetting. But we will test this in a minute. Also, I mentioned we have a graduated ND filter. So there are two magnetic bars on the side of the filter holder, which are the straight part of this round filter. So I can just put this on, and once this is on, let me show you, I can also slide up and down the graduated ND. Pretty cool. Of course, once I put the graduated ND, I can also put on top a regular 6 stops or 10 stops ND, or both. Once I take my photo, I can just remove the entire system very, very quickly, just like this. And if I want to use a different lens with another step-up ring, I can just mount the entire system to the other lens. I read that the filters are made of a special glass that doesn't create any pixel artifacts. The filters are also coated with an anti-reflective coating on both sides. This coating is also waterproof, oil-proof and dust-proof. So I like the form factor, I like the build quality. We just need to check the image quality. And when it comes to ND filters, I'm always curious to see whether there is any added color cast or not. With all the limitations that we have in this complicated period of our life, I thought we could practice some daytime long exposure photography. So I am in Milano, I am in the Parco Sempione. This is a good spot. We do have some clouds today, and the clouds movement will enhance our long exposures. So let's see how long exposure photography can enhance a scene like this even during daytime. Right now on my 20mm lens, I'm using aperture priority. I set the aperture at f8 and my shutter speed is 1/160. Let's take a photo and this is what you see. I will touch my remote shutter release because we are going to do some very long exposure. There are a couple of things that I want to test. First of all, as I mentioned in the studio, I want to check whether using these filters I will have any color cast added to my photos. Then I want to see how the gradient filter will work on the field. And lastly, I want to check whether stacking multiple filters together and having this crazy long exposure, I will end up having some vignetting or not. First of all, I attach the holder. Let's see how the gradient works. I'm recording a video with my DA10, so you will see the difference without the gradient filter and with the filter on. The filter is on, and as I mentioned in the studio, you can slightly move the filter up and down. And now we can start playing with the ND filters. I'm now at 1/80. Let's put the 6 stops. And with the 6 stops on, my exposure length is 1.3 seconds. In a scene like this, it actually will not make a big difference. And now, let's add the 10 stops. I'm going to open my ND calculator app. My base shutter speed is 1/80, as we said, but now I will add 16 stops. And with 16 stops, I have 14 minutes. This should make a difference in the cloud movement. Let's see. So the app was recommending 14 minutes and 11 seconds. I will round it up to 15 minutes. Mirror lock up. And I will start my exposure. While waiting for this very long exposure, if you are fascinated with long exposure photography, I will suggest you to check out this tutorial. But at the same time, I want to let you know that I am working for a very comprehensive long exposure photography course, which will start very soon. The course will be entirely free. So if you didn't subscribe yet, maybe this is the right time to do it. It looks like my exposure is done. Let's have a look. We can clearly see some movements in the clouds. I will take one without ND filter, f8, 1/80. And it's pretty, but we can do better. In this case, I do want to use the graduated ND filter because clearly we have a lot more light in the sky. And this is the difference without and with the graduated ND filter, which I will place just like so. Let's see if a polarizer will help in this scene. This is how my scene is changing by moving the polarizer. And this is the way I like it. So I will keep it right there. Right now my exposure is 1/13. I will put my 10 stops. My exposure length with 1/13 is 1 minute and 18 seconds using the 10 stops. I always like to be generous, so I will put 2 minutes. Mirror lock up, 2 minutes. As much as I like to hang out here, I better put my filters away, otherwise I will never finish this video. I will see you in the studio. So let's look at the images that I just downloaded. These are completely untouched. These are the raw files downloaded on Lightroom. This is the first shot that I took, 1/80, no filters. This instead is the 1.3 second exposure, which means I added the 6 stops. I don't see any color cast and I don't see any vignetting. This instead is the 15 minutes exposure, 898 seconds. Here I stacked the 10 stops and the 6 stops. And I can see kind of a magenta color cast. And you see, if I compare with the previous shot, clearly there is some color cast. I took a second 15 minutes exposure, which is right here. And again, I do see the same color cast issue. And this instead is my last composition. This is the shot without any filter, very, very bright sky. 1/80 is my shutter speed. I added the graduated ND filter and the 10 stops, and I don't see the color cast anymore. And again, I also don't see any vignetting. I also want to show you that the color cast issue is a very easy fix in Lightroom. As a matter of fact, in the very first panel, the basic panel, we can address. I can in fact use the white balance selector and search for a neutral target, like maybe this white cloud right here. And as you can see, it's fixed. So after all, I think that the system did pass my test. I like the build quality. I like the form factor. Very easy to use, very quick to use, very light. We didn't see any vignetting at all. We did see some color cast only stacking 3 filters together. But as you saw, it is also very easy to correct. I hope you enjoyed this daytime long exposure video, and I hope that you will try some daytime long exposure yourself. If you are part of my Attilio Photo Club Facebook group, links down in the description below. I love to see some of your daytime long exposure photos. Don't be shy, don't hesitate, post those photos in the group. I am done for today, and now, as usual, is your turn. Maybe hit the like button, maybe leave me a comment, maybe share this video with your best friends. Maybe, if you're my hero, all of the above. But no matter what you will decide to do, thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.